Death howled on the hunter's heels. Where once there had been peace, merely the gentle shushing of the wind whispering across the tall steppe grasses, now the thunder of drumming hooves shattered the silence of the rolling plains. The Hrandari plainsmen thundered down a gently sloping hill, letting out a whooping cry that echoed for leagues in every direction. "Keeper, take it." The hunter's hands tightened on Elevast's reins, setting the leather creaking. So much for slipping past unnoticed. 3 weeks of sleepless nights without a fire to drive back the night's chill. 3 weeks of hard riding, pushing the pace until even he was exhausted. 3 weeks of relentless anxiety and tension knotting his shoulders as he scanned the seemingly endless horizon for any hint of the wild, ferocious warriors who made their home on the steppes. They had come so close. The Yati Mountains, home to the mysterious sage he had come to kill, loomed large, just 2 days' ride to the northeast, only to be discovered now. The hunter glanced over his shoulder. Einan sat swaddled in heavy robes, his brown hair hidden beneath the hat that shaded his pale, round-cheeked face from the burning sun. He spoke not at all. He hadn't said a word since they broke their fast on stringy deer jerky and trail biscuits that morning. He might be dozing. After weeks of riding, the boy had grown accustomed to Ash's plodding pace to sleep in his saddle. But, more likely, the hunter suspected Einan was lost in the world that only existed within his mind. Even had Einan been fully cognizant, the two of them had no hope of outrunning the Hrandari. Ash, the desert pony procured in Agzanet, was fleet of foot and possessed immense endurance, but the boy on his back could not sustain a swift pace for more than a few leagues before collapsing. Elevast, the hunter's mount, was a spirited gelding, but he could not outrun the stocky horses bred to run the steppes. And where could they run? On the boundless, undulating steppes they had nowhere to hide, no hills to conceal them from the eyes of the plainsmen, no deep valleys in which to shelter. Flight would prove more than futile. A hard ride would push the already tired horses and their riders beyond the limits of their endurance. No, only one course lay open to the hunter and the boy at his side. They had to face the oncoming Hrandari. The hunter reined in Elevast, dismounted, and strode calmly over to Ash to lift Einan down from his saddle. The boy's eyes, no longer the shade of deep blue they'd once been, but now a startling dark violet, were open, but seemed to barely see the hunter. He slumped listless into the hunter's arms and made no protest when the hunter set him down to sit on a soft patch of short, scrubby steppe grass. Instead, he simply curled up into a ball and fell asleep. Eilan's condition worried the hunter, but at present he had greater concerns to occupy his mind. A glance behind him revealed the approaching Hrandari, closing the distance at a ferocious gallop, a cloud of dust and whooping cries barreling down on the hunter like an encroaching thunderstorm.